is baseball? How do you train for baseball?
Yeah, baseball is one of those things. I look at baseball as I think we have to classify each sport first before you can kind of say how do you train for that sport. So I think baseball is a skill sport, meaning that you have to be really good at just a few things and you can be a good baseball player. So if you can hit really well, if you can throw really well, if you can run really well, and catch really well, that's a big part too. You have to be. That's going to make you a good baseball player. Now, that's a big contrast between going out there and working on those skills and getting stronger. So you have to train those skills. Mm-hmm. You definitely have to train those skills. You have to throw a lot. You have to catch a lot. Also, you have to be strong enough to be able to perform those at an optimal level. Right. So if we're going to get stronger in those motions, if we're going to get stronger in your shoulder rotation, if we're going to get stronger in your hip rotation, in your arms, in your legs, to be able to run, to be able to swing the bat, all those different areas are going to make you better at that skill. And just like we've talked about before, there is a point of diminishing return to where if I'm swinging, how much does a baseball bat weigh? Like 2 pounds?
Something like that, I guess.
If I'm going to swing a baseball bat that weighs 2 pounds, I probably don't need to squat 800 pounds. That's probably not going to help me any more than like a 500-pound squat.
But the squat would help you in the running speed.
Right. But once again, if I weigh 200 pounds, am I going to squat? Am I going to run faster squatting 800 versus 500?
Right, so where do you think that comes in for running? So if we're looking at any really running sport, but something like baseball where it's short distances, where is that point of this is enough poundage on the squat or the deadlift?
If you go back to our speed episode where we talked about athlete training for speed, because it is a short distance, 200 feet or something for
like
baseline,
that,
you're a lot of that's acceleration phase, and a lot of acceleration phase is how hard you can push into the ground versus that top end speed, which is a lot more that stretch reflex of the hip.
So give me a number. Baseball player. How much I am 6'3", baseball player. How much do I need to squat?
If you're in high school, I'm going to say a minimum of 300 pounds to have optimum running speed. College, 450 pro, probably about 500.
Okay. Now, what about tensile strength within swinging the bat? As far as tensile strength in your trunk, stability up in here.
It's going to take a lot of I hate this word, but core strength, meaning front, back, and side. Everything from the bottom of your chin to the top of your legs. That all together has to be strong. So we can train that a lot of ways, but as we know, the best way to train that trunk to make it stronger is asking it to stabilize under load. So things like squats, deadlifts, overhead pressing, which controversial in baseball, but there's a give and take there. But yeah, I think if as long as you're asking it to stabilize under heavy loads, then you're gonna be putting yourself in a good position.
All right, last thing about baseball: dumbbells or barbells? Do you want independent arms or do you want latched onto a barbell?
Do both. Okay. You're gonna be able to apply more force with one. You're gonna be able to overload the limbs more. You're gonna be able to overload your entire body more with both. And then with one, you're asking those to stabilize, which I think is more important in baseball than most sports, to be able to stabilize with a single limb, because you are more single limb dominant in baseball than any sport.
All right.